In this tutorial, we will walk through how to use the ModuleFlasher program. For this job, you will need access to the customer system, your laptop, a USB programming dongle, and an S2C radio for each coordinator in the system. The first step is to identify the build number of the customer system so you can run the latest patch. You can check this by clicking Properties on the Centron.exe file. The build number for this system is 1019. Then navigate to the Rees Scientific website and click the Login page. Use your employee login to go to the FTP server. Click Rees Software and in the folder that matches your build number. There you will see an executable file for the patch. Download it and run it. Once it is finished, you can move to identifying the coordinators and which devices are connected to them. It is recommended that you flash all devices corresponding to a coordinator before moving on to the next coordinator grouping. Open Test Wireless and click the button to generate the wireless info text file. For this demonstration, I have two V2U1s connected to a single V2 net. If there are other devices and coordinators connected, you will see them listed here also. You may want to print this file for reference. If you go back to Test Wireless, you can click Program V2 Connections and scan for devices to see the MAC addresses for each coordinator. This may be helpful in identifying coordinators because the MAC addresses are written on the network ports. You may want to write these down next to the IP addresses on the text file. Before we get started flashing modules, let's change out the coordinator radios. Locate the first coordinator and identify the radio. If it is an S2 radio, go ahead and replace it with an S2C radio that was shipped to you. This may involve unscrewing the radio fittings and screws that secure the board. Now switch over to your laptop and access the Rees FTP server again. Click Rees Software and then RSCModuleFlasher. Download this file, unzip, and move it to a folder where you'll be able to access it for future jobs. I will just save it to my desktop. Now open Device Manager and view the COM ports. Plug in the USB dongle to your computer and note the change. This will be the COM number that you will use momentarily in the Flasher program. Locate the first module and connect it to the other end of the programming dongle. Also make sure it's plugged into a transformer. Open up the Flasher program and select the COM number that you just found, and set the clicks to the number that matches the coordinator on your test wireless printout. You can use this program to flash any combination of old and new protocols, V2 and Z3 board designs, and S2 and S2C radios. Now you need to select the settings that match the module you are flashing. It is very important that you select the correct options for the type of protocol, module design, and radio for the device you are flashing. This is a U1 device using the old piggyback V2 design and an S2 radio. You will now choose these options in the Flasher program. If it is a Wi-Fi, display, or LPA unit, check the appropriate boxes. The device I'm using is none of these, so I'll leave them unchecked. Next, select the device type from the drop-down menu. I am flashing a U1, so I will select that. If your device is an MPX or other type, make sure you select the appropriate option. For on-the-air protocol, we are going to select the new Z3 protocol since we are upgrading this device. Then for the device to flash, we can select the piggyback design because this is the old V2 board. The type of onboard radio is an S2 radio for module use, so you can select that from the drop-down. If the radio you are flashing is an S2C, you will of course select the S2C option. We are flashing the radio, so check this box, and check each of the testing boxes. Check the Print Serial Label box if you want it to automatically print the label out for you, or you can always print the label after you are done. If you're flashing a Wi-Fi device, make sure the top box is selected and then click Wi-Fi Setup to enter the network information. This is case sensitive. If it is not a Wi-Fi device, go ahead and click Program. You will see a message that says press Join, press and release Reset, and then release Join. Do this on the module and you'll see the program beginning to function. Let the program run until you see that the status is correct at the top of the program. This may take a minute or two. Here it says the module has been assigned a channel and has the appropriate number of clicks for the coordinator. I did not get any error messages in the box, so now I can unplug the device. Repeat this process for each device connected to this coordinator. The next device has the same parameters as the previous, so I can plug it in, hit Program, and then do the Join Reset button sequence. When you're finished with the first coordinator's modules, move on to the next coordinator, replace the radio, and repeat this process with the new number of clicks for that coordinator. Be sure to close up all devices properly, plug them in, and put them back in the original locations. When you're all finished, check back in Test Wireless to make sure all devices are functioning properly.